In this video, we will continue the lesson Mineral and Energy Resources for class 10. Here we are going to see about the ferrous minerals of India and its distribution. Iron ore is a basic mineral and it's a backbone of industrial development. India is endowed with a fairly abundant resource of iron ore. India is rich in good quality of iron ore. The types of magnetite and hematite iron ores are found in India. Magnetite is the finest iron ore with a high content of iron up to 70% in it, and it has an excellent magnetic quality which is very valuable for the electrical industry. Hematite ore is another important type of iron ore for the industrial utilization, but it has slightly lower iron content than magnetite, say between 50 and 60% of iron content in it. Major iron ore belts in India. Here we are going to see about 4 belts of iron ore in India. The first and foremost one is the Orissa Jharkhand belt. In Orissa, high grade hematite ore is found in Badampahar mines in the Mayurbhanj and Kendujhar districts. In the adjoining Singhbhum district of Jharkhand, hematite iron ore is mined in Goa and Navmundi. Second iron ore belt in India is found in Durg, Bastar, Chandrapur belt, lies in Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra state. It has a very high grade hematite and found in the famous Bailadila ranges of hills in the Bastar district of Chhattisgarh. The range of hills comprise of 14 deposits of super high grade hematite iron ore. It has the best physical properties needed for steel making, and from this iron ore mines we are exporting iron ore to Japan, South Korea via Visakhapatnam port. Third iron ore belt of India is Bellary, Chitradurga, Chikmagalur and Tumkur belt in Karnataka. This belt has a large reserve of iron ore. The Kudremukh mines located in the western Ghats of Karnataka are a 100% export unit. Means whatever is mined we are exporting to other countries. Kudremukh deposits are known to be one of the largest in the world. The ore is transported as a slurry through the pipeline to the port near Mangalore. The last iron ore belt of India is Maharashtra Goa belt. Includes the state of Goa and Ratnagiri districts of Maharashtra. Though the ores are not of very high quality, yet they are efficiently exploited and they are exported through Marmagao port. The second ferrous mineral found in India is manganese, which is mainly used in the manufacturing of iron and steel and ferro alloys. Nearly 10 kg of manganese is required to manufacture 1 ton of steel. It is also used in manufacturing bleaching powder, insecticides and paints. Orissa is the largest producer of manganese ore in India. It accounts for about 1/3 of the country's total production in 2000 and 2001. Next, we are going to see about the non-ferrous minerals. What are non-ferrous minerals? A non-ferrous mineral is any mineral which does not contain iron. Generally more expensive than ferrous metals. Non-ferrous metals are used because of desirable properties such as low weight, like aluminium. Okay, it's having a low weight and higher conductivity, copper which is used in the electrical wires, non-magnetic property or resistance to corrosion. Example is zinc. Some non-ferrous materials are used in the iron and steel industries too. For example, bauxite is used as a flux for blast furnaces while others such as wolframite, pyrolusite, and chromite are used in making ferrous alloys. India's reserves and production of non-ferrous minerals is not very satisfactory. However, these minerals, which include copper, bauxite, lead, zinc, and gold, play a vital role in the number of metallurgical, engineering, and electrical industries. Under the non-ferrous minerals, we are going to see about the copper. India is critically deficient in the reserve and production of copper. Copper being malleable, ductile, and a good conductor of electricity, it's mainly used in electrical cables, electronics, and chemical industries. The Balghat mines in Madhya Pradesh produce 52% of India's copper. The Singhbhum district of Jharkhand is also a leading producer of copper. And the K3 mines in Rajasthan are also famous for copper mining. Bauxite. Though several ores contain aluminium, it is from bauxite, a clay-like substance, that alumina and later aluminium is obtained. Bauxite deposits are formed by the decomposition of a wide variety of rocks rich in aluminium silicates. Already we have learnt in the beginning of the lesson that bauxites are formed due to the residual mass of the weathered material. Aluminium is an important metal because it combines the strength of metals such as iron with extreme lightness and also with good conductivity and great malleability. India's bauxite deposits are mainly found in the Amarkantak Plateau, Maikal Hills, and the plateau regions of Bilaspur and Katni. Orissa is the largest bauxite producing state in India with 45% of the country's total production in 2000 and 2001. Panchpatmali deposits in Koraput districts are the most important bauxite deposits in the state. Non-metallic minerals is one of the broad classifications of mineral resources. Mica is a mineral made up of series of plates or leaves. It splits easily into thin sheets. These sheets can be so thin that thousands can be layered into a mica sheet of few centimeters high. Mica can be clear, black, green, red, yellow, or brown in color. Due to its excellent dielectric strength, low power loss factor, insulating properties, and resistance to high voltage, mica is one of the most indispensable minerals used in the electric and electronic industries. Mica deposits are found in the northern edge of the Chota Nagpur Plateau, Koderma Gaya, Hazaribagh belt of Jharkhand is a leading producer of mica. In Rajasthan, the major mica producing area is around Ajmer. Nellore, mica belt of Andhra Pradesh, is also an important producer in the country. Limestone is a type of rock mineral which is found in association with rock composed of calcium carbonates or calcium and magnesium carbonates. It is found in sedimentary rocks of most geological formations. Limestone is the basic raw material for the cement industry and essential for smelting iron ore in the blast furnace. So these are the two types of non-metallic minerals. Hazards of mining. What are the impacts of mining on the health of the miners and the environment? The dust and the noxious fumes inhaled by the miner make them vulnerable to pulmonary diseases. The risk of collapsing mine roofs, inundation, and fires in the coal mines are a constant threat to the miners. The water sources in the region get contaminated due to the mining activity. Dumping of waste and slurry leads to degradation of land, soil, and increase in stream and river pollution. Air pollution due to generation of dust in mining areas is a common factor. So we need to have stricter safety regulations and implementation of environmental laws to prevent mining from becoming a killer industry. Conservation of minerals. The total volume of workable mineral deposits is an insignificant fraction, that is 1% of Earth's crust. We are rapidly consuming these mineral resources that requires millions of years to be created and concentrated. The geological process of mineral formation are so slow that the rates of replenishment are infinitely small in comparison to the present rate of consumption. Mineral resources are therefore finite and non-renewable. Rich mineral deposits are our country's extremely valuable but short-lived possessions. Continued extraction of ore leads to increasing cost of mineral extraction, comes from greater depths along with a decrease in quality. A concerted effort has to be made in order to use our mineral resources in a planned and sustainable manner. Improved technologies need to be constantly evolved to allow use of low grade ores at a low cost. Recycling of metals, using scrap metals and other substitutes are steps in conserving our mineral resources for the future. Hence, conservation of mineral is a very essential part to be played by the humans, so as to have a sustainable development and to have a bright future. Thank you.